At thecodesearcher.com. I am Jonathan, and it is May 31st, 2018, 1:25 a.m. Hawaii time. Folks, and what you're looking at is the updated map for the actual flow. And what I'm going to show you is some actual raw footage we got today. We just got it a few hours ago. Been processing everything we can. I'm tired of uploading. So what I'm going to do is show you just the raw footage. And get back out there actually. So here's the perspective we're going to be looking at. We actually had to come in the back way, guys, to my brother Jason's hui, which is up in this area here, directly threatened. Now, lava is flowing into this area. Slowly, on a bed of hotter stuff is up top, as you'll see in the footage. The lateral movement, as indicating here in the orange this way, is very slight. The forward movement, or the downhill in this direction, is the greatest movement. Right, so it has crossed onto their property. This is my brother's hui here. If it follows this right here, it would go right through the middle of their property. It looks like it may be going down this way, guys, as you'll see on the footage. A ton of very hot lava. Incidentally, there are dozens and dozens of people still down here. There are hundreds and hundreds of animals still down here. You may hear in some of the footage animals screaming in the background. They're pinned up, trapped, because there's lava coming, and they know it. It's a hard thing to endure, hearing animals screaming, because they know they're going to die. So we had to intervene. There was a point where we cut from filming and documenting this. We had to intervene to save some animals, some cows, from dying. So here's the area we were in. Actually, you'll see in the footage that when we first arrive on the scene, from the back, Noni Farms Road, down approximately to this position right here. And of course, we didn't know about this finger when we first got there. And when you're doing something like this, you have to be very vigilant. Had we not been vigilant, we'd have been trapped at some point very quickly. So the perspective you're going to see is from down here in this area. Looking back, the fissure you will see in the footage is actually, guys, believe it or not, fissure 8. Fissure 7 and 8. Incredible that you can see it from way down there in KAPOHO. You can see the glow of, I think it's 19 or 20 and 15, those, but it's blocked somewhat by the high ground here. This is all high ground. This is why the lava's gone around it. It's because it's high ground. Some is flowing down this way, as you can see on the map. You'll see on the footage as well. But the rest on this side is generally following KAPOHO Road. One finger's gone down this way, and it's gone down a pretty good ways. This map is not doing you any justice right now. I hope the updated one tomorrow is more accurate, because this doesn't seem accurate from what I've seen. There are some geologic and geographic things that may, work into favor for my brother Jason there. And again, guys, I'm tired right now, so forgive me for trying to find my words. There are huge crevasses. You can't see them in the tree lines here, but there are huge crevasses from older flows, like this one right here is a very old flow. You see the craters there, but there are crevasses all through here in these tree line. They're deep, very deep. And the thought is that if it comes down this way, it would get swallowed up in these crevasses. Maybe. we'll know this in the morning. We're going to go back in a couple hours and see what happens. We are hoping it does not come down the blue line and cut off through here. So let me take you to the GoPro, show you some of the footage of the trek in there and how rugged it was. I'm not going to show you everything, guys. Just not enough time to edit and not enough time to go through it. As you can see here, just overgrown on both sides, cane grass, 6 to 7 feet tall. If you're on foot on a bicycle, there's no way of knowing where the lava is. And there were people on foot and on bicycles. Dozens of people are still back there. Families, farms, a lot of animals.
Was going belly up, so then they decided they wanted
So this is our making our way back there. This is actually getting to Jason's land. And here it is. And this is when we walk up on it, where it is. It's actually on his property, as you saw on the map there, where I was pointing. This is the fingers on the 2 roads. This is a road on either side of this grass right here. One on this side and one on the other side. And it is very hot. You can see the forward movement is more than the lateral movement. It's more like a spreading like this, kind of like this. As you'll see in the footage, it's pooling in some areas, and as it breaks down the land, it goes in rivers and then kind of spreads out in some places, flatter land. All right, hang with me, guys. I apologize. Let's see this. This is actually going to his driveway, which is cut off, completely cut off. And this is what we walked up on. You really can't get a perspective. It's probably 10, 12, 15 feet to the top of this.
This is a wall of lava, probably 20 feet tall.
20 feet. I didn't know where. It's very tall. It's just a wall. As you can see, it's this lateral movement this way is very slight, inches, not moving very fast at all. Very typical of what we were seeing in Leilani initially. The slower moving lava, which is building a bed for the rivers to run on. That's what we're seeing, that those rivers are actually riding on a bed of And the river would be up there on top of this. Something's going on with the gimbal, guys. I don't know if it's a radio interference, something magnetic going on with this lava, but I saw it a couple of times in the videos where it kind of jerks. It's really weird. All right, let's see. Here it is again. It's on the other road. There's 2 roads that run parallel with each other. One's a driveway for the neighbor, and this is yeah. This is my brother Jason here in the blue. Really hard time for him, emotional time. Worked many years for his farm and his hui. Here's Jason. Let's see what Jason has to say. We're watching the lava on his property. How you feeling, brother?
Pretty tough of a hole. That is a massive wall. Never gonna be the same.
You can see it's a huge wall, but it's kind of breaking down the hill there. This is one of the fingers. We were on the other side of that hill, right? Yep. So there's a hill that runs between those two fingers.
On the other side of that hill, on the other side.
Yeah. So hadn't we not been vigilant and known that this finger was there, would have been cut off. And this is what happened. Someone in Leilani got trapped, had to be rescued. Because you don't know where this lava is if you're not. Situation awareness is key. Always being vigilant. Especially in a place where low visibility. And let's see what this is. I think this is.
We take off the property because it's spreading pretty quick and it's headed right for our mailbox.
Alright, as you can see, low visibility. It was dark then. And let's look at this one. I did not mean to do that. I'm so tired. Alright. See the radio interference on that? I don't understand it. So this is the same road, just a little while later, right after it got dark. Immense amount of heat, guys. This is a leading edge. This is the leading edge of those fingers. So it has not gotten all the way through their property yet. Hopefully it still hasn't by the time we get back down there. And it was an immense amount of heat. Immense amount of heat, guys. Okay. I see these cows.
Trying to let cows out. Cows are trapped and are crying because the lava's about to overtake them.
Can we cut that?
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of emotional, guys. To see that. All right, so now let me take you to what we saw from above. Again, this is footage from Aerial 1, excuse me, Rogue One aerials of Kona. It's also part of our crew. So this is before it got dark. These are leading edges of this as you see, it's probably like as I said, about 20 feet. Some places smaller, but they're very high places. This bed is being pushed by that river. As you can see there, you'll be able to see it at night better, but it is a hot river coming from, guys, that's Fissure 8, believe it or not. Way over in Leilani you can see it. This is PGV in this area, and on the other side is a fissure. That's a fissure line that runs all the way down this way. All the way down. And, yeah. So here's a driveway. We were down this way, and right there, actually, I'll take that back. The first footage before we got past, we were actually down here between the fingers and actually had to retreat past and get back up in this area here. As you can see another fissure there. I think that is probably 21, 20, 18, something like that, around there. Yeah, but there you go. The lava coming down and going around PGV and making its way down and splitting a couple times. So you see a split there. It's split here. And it's also running on the other side of that ridge, on the other side, going down KAPOHO Road. And this is what we saw. All the fumes, everything was going in the other direction. Meters didn't go off at all. Immense. Look at that fissure over there. Some things are blocked. You couldn't really see over there, but there you go. That's fissure 17. So this is the vantage. This is the vantage point from where I showed you on the map. My brother's Huey. Huey. I said Huey. Huey. And I think the same thing is happening. We saw a few days ago in Leilani where it was just a massive lake. You see it's not moving too much. It's just kind of sitting and riding that all the way down. And then we saw once the channels had a bed to sit on, then the lava started moving swiftly, as we saw in the footage. As you see, the brother gotten to the edge, the leading edge of that. Couple of fissures there. This is the big one, 7-8 area, flowing around PGV and down, all downhill. This is the ridge that runs in between, where it's lava on the other side, obviously. And then the ocean down that way. Incredible. As you can see, the pooling of lava just waiting to spill out. Huge pool up in there. Incredible. I just don't have words for you guys. It's immense. Let's look at another one. Mahalo and shout outs to all of those crisis workers, volunteers, police officers. Let's look at down there. All right, this is right after it got darker. Picture will clear up when the camera focuses. There it goes. You can see the ridge line there. Fissure on the other side. This is, again, that's 7/8 up that way. There's another one down there. And that's the lead edge. It's not moving real fast, maybe a couple hundred yards an hour. Not as fast as the stuff we saw in Leilani the other day, at least. Which is coming, by the way. That's what's coming down there. Pike. I'll upload the full ones, guys. I'll upload a full version of this. It looks very pixelated on it. No editing. See, it's all raw. See huge pools in that river. Huge one right there. And then it breaks off this way and comes around. But look at that hill. I mean, that's all the way back up in Leilani up in there, guys. PGV, you can see the other fissures down that way. And I may have that backwards. That may be 24. I don't know what 24 is doing right now. Someone may have to correct me. But the last thing that I saw was 7 and 8 was the one going off. And you see one over there going off. Look at that. Clear above that ridge, guys. You can see that. Going off over there. I think that's 8. That could be 24. Someone help me out here. Regardless, it's tons of lava. I mean, you can see that hill just. So it looks like it's getting hemmed up, and this is all being pushed. Push. Look at that. Wow, you can. That I don't even know what to say. That is incredible, because this is a ridge line, guys. You're seeing that is shooting over that ridge. That's a ridge that runs through there, high ground, and that's on the other side. That's the first time I'm seeing this, guys. Right along with you. We didn't get to go through it or edit it. All of that is lava. With the rivers riding on top of that. I know you can't really get a idea of where it's going to make entry into the ocean. We're going to resurvey this area in just a few hours. But I think we can look at a map and kind of get the idea of, based on the forward motion and the slight lateral motion, of an idea of where it's going to go in. This will cut off Beach Road, and there will not be any other way out for you guys on the other side of that. You'll be cut off. So I hope this message reached you. You can see there's people on the ground there with lights, flashlights. As I said, there are dozens of people still down there. And if this message reaches you, you now know where it is. You would now know at least how large it is. Look at the map and look at the lava, and make your judgments. Clear view, very clear view of those paths that it's chosen. It's forked a couple of times. Looks like it swings around. It does come across around this. You can't tell it in this footage right here, but it does go around another ridge there and come back around, and it goes this way. So, you know, if you're in some area like that and you get cut off, it's bad news. It's very easy to get cut off in a situation like this with lava running downhill. Guys, listen to me. If you're in the downward slopes of this, you need to take this into consideration. There's a massive amount of lava coming that way. This is the leading edge of the other fork. So he is in between the two fingers on this side, and you can see lights in the background there. These are imagine houses. People still have electricity, living off grid. Wow. If you would, please share this video. Let me see if I got anything else to share with you before I wrap it up and process whatever else I have. I think that's it. Let's go back to the map. All right, so here's what you saw. We were down in this area on the ground. This is where you saw the lava cross over the roads right there. We were also down here before this crossed over, and then in the night shot, we were back up on the property, because this is where the blue line is. We wanted to see if we're in danger. Now, if all of this comes around this little ridge here and works its way down, then it could be a bad thing. We're praying against that. While we were there, we're praying against it, that the Almighty would spare this community. It does look like the major flow down this way is in this motion. Looks like this line, which will be coming up on four corners and going into this community here. If you're in this community, please consider your options and get out of there. Take your important stuff and go. And make your peace. It is coming. In the terrain there, like I said, folks, there are crevices and things you can't see because of the trees. And we did see some stalling over on this area because something was swallowed up. Maybe this will happen over here. All right. Shalom. Thank you for watching the video. Please share it. There are people whose lives are at stake, animals that are down there suffering. It's a bad situation. We'll see you in the next video. Shalom.